Well, hello there. Welcome to the Obi Thorin Alliance. And today's video, we're doing a Season 2 teaser trailer of The Last of Us. If that sounds appealing to you, like and subscribe and stick around.
So, The Last of Us, I used to say it was my favourite game, but I think Spider-Man surpassed it. But top two favourite games of all time.
Wow.
Really liked the show. I think the casting was phenomenal. I think the way they portrayed it was awesome, and I'm very much looking forward to Season 2. What was your thoughts on Season 1?
It was amazing, but my main problem is that they rushed it, and it felt like they should have had more episodes to the season. But besides that, it was my third favourite show of last year, and it was your number one.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could... the fan in me would have liked to have seen more episodes for sure. Season 2, I played the second game. You haven't played the second game?
Haven't finished the first one yet.
Yeah, I don't know if the Season 2 is going to follow the second game. I wouldn't mind if it was a bit of a filler between games 1 and 2, because there's a bit of a gap between there. Again, that's the fan in me wanting to see more content opposed to seeing them replicate the same content. So what are you hoping Season 2 brings?
I guess that they don't do the thing that, even though I haven't played the second game, I know what's going to happen, and deliver storylines that they can do in a TV show instead of rushing it, kind of fill in storylines like what Fallout's doing, but we shall see.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of potential to see what happened with Ellie and Joel prior to the events that unfold in the second game. So let's watch the trailer. I was told that it was very vague, so let's see if someone that's played the game, whether I think it's vague. My wife was the one that said that, and she hasn't played the game, so let's see if it is, in fact, vague and doesn't tell you what it's about.
You want to start it?
Scarlett O'Hara, she's making a real comeback.
Okay. Guitar.
Let's try something different.
Okay.
You can't heal something unless you're brave enough to say it out loud.
Very true.
Interesting choice for a love interest.
Say the thing.
I assume that's her love interest.
Say it out loud, no matter what it is, no matter how bad.
Oh, what's that? Lurking in the shadows.
What did you do?
What did you do? Abby, what did you do? Oh, it's the walkers. Oh. Oh, guess he's important. Oh. Someone on a horse. Oh, someone in the shower. Oh, everyone's running. Oh, people on fire. Oh, guns. Oh. Have you sat Joel? Oh, that lovely music. The Last of Us. Beautiful. Had no idea what was going on, but I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, I'm obviously very pumped for it. I think it is going to follow the second game. Especially when I saw the scene when you saw Ellie crawling underneath the fence and all that. That's kind of how the second season starts.
And then there's a gun and then shoots someone.
Yeah, so I think that kind of follows how the second game starts. I think it might be that. Which sucks, because if that's the case, then Pedro Pascal won't be in much of the show. And if he is, it'll only be flashbacks. So I'm hoping maybe they drag that over 2 seasons. I did see an indication of the character. I think her name might be, in fact, Abby in the second game. That is kind of like the person pursuing Ellie, trying to get revenge for what Joel did to her father. So that makes me think it is going to follow the lines of the second game, which is fine. But that just means that we're going to run out of content quick.
Yeah.
And then, which could mean the next season is going to be new and we can come up with anything we want. But then does that mean we won't get another game? Or then the game has to follow the show? And then is the game going to be exciting if you know what's going to happen? So it opens problems. I would have liked to have seen a filler in between and see Pedro Pascal being a lot more than what Joel was in the second game.
Yeah.
What do you think from that?
I have no idea what's going on from that. There's a lot of stuff going on.
To break it down, I'm probably wrong, but from my memory, so you would have seen in the first series that Joel takes Ellie from the Fireflies because he finds out that they're basically going to kill her in order to try and find a cure.
For humanity.
And then kind of selfishly he decides that he'd rather her be alive than her be killed in order to maybe find a cure. In doing that, the doctor that was going to perform the operation, his daughter, then
Zabby.
she wants to seek revenge on Joel for what he did. And then obviously Ellie and Joel have a fallout because when she finds out that you saved me so that other people couldn't be saved, like I would have rather died, like I wanted to help people and you've taken that away from me. So he blows up the place and kills a bunch of people. Are not friends anymore. So I think the game will follow Abby, I'm probably wrong with the name, following Ellie trying to get revenge. But in the game, she's like mega buff. Like it almost looks stupid. So I don't know if they're going to follow that same pattern with this. But the person I thought was potentially the actress playing her, like there was a blonde-haired chick with like pale face. That could be her and she didn't look buff. But then we saw the actress that plays, she's in Instant Family, she was in Alien Romulus. The one that has the baby, she was in there. She was the one that they said that might be her love interest. She might be... So like, when the first game re-released, they brought out like a 1.5 version of the game that had this extra mission where it was like her and her love interest, which in the show... She
ends up dying, I believe.
Yeah, we saw that. Oh, so that won't be a love interest. What am I on about? We've already seen a love... But yeah, that might be another love interest of hers. Because she does, in the game, have a partner and they have a baby, from memory. In the second game. So maybe that's her new love interest. So I don't know. I hope that we're not just going to cram the whole second game into one season and then that be the end of it. What are your excitement levels for this?
I'm going to go 8 because season 1 was amazing, but a bit rushed. But if they're doing the same thing, I'm less excited because this is the problem I have with sticking too much with the game is that I understand it's drawing a fine line because you want to keep the gamers happy. But sometimes when you keep the gamers happy, you rush through the storyline. That's why I personally prefer Fallout because they have decided we're going to tell a story that's not even involved in the games. And that's why I think the storyline of Fallout is better because it doesn't have to rush anything.
I agree. I think Fallout is a very unique product. I'll give this a 9.5. That's how excited I am for it just because I really love the story of The Last of Us. But I don't think he'll do a bad job, but I think it's going to leave people wanting more, and I don't know if they're going to be able to deliver more, which is a sad thing. But, I don't know, all good things have to come to an end, and sometimes things in small doses are better than overkill. So the show might be the case of that. We just get a small amount, and they go, well, it was perfect, and we didn't try and push the envelope. So,
do you think it's better being in this situation for the gamer or the situation from the TV show watcher? Who would you rather be? Would you prefer to be someone like yourself that knows what's going to happen or someone that's watching it going, oh, I have no idea. What would you prefer to be? Because for you, you're doing it for the second time.
I think the gamer, because knowing what's going to happen, you can kind of see it come to life and you kind of know what's coming. You can be excited more. Where I think if you're watching it for the first time and not played the game, it could be exciting, but you may not know all the backstory to it or understand why this was cool. Or I don't know. I would rather be in the know than not knowing what's going to come. I think it kind of, you open yourself up for disappointment, but so far it hasn't been. So I like kind of knowing what's going to come.
And do you think we'll get a third season or not?
Impossible to say. I don't. It depends where this season cuts off, but I would like to see a third season.
Yeah, me too.
But then also, I don't want it to become a show like The Walking Dead that just says too much. So I guess if we only get 2 seasons and they're perfect, then that's better than going 10 and they're not being perfect. So
yeah, and a lot of spin-offs.
Yeah, so I'm happy either way. I'm just happy they eventually made the show.
Yes.
It was talked about for so long. And when they originally said it was going to be Hugh Jackman, I was actually excited about, but I think Pedro Pascal's even better.
Yeah.
So they brought it to life. The characters, I think, fully resemble those of the game. So
Yes, they do.
I'm glad that they did it. So I'm happy for anything we get. Let's put it that way.
Yes. As always, comment down which ballpark you would prefer. Would you prefer to be the gamer that's already knowing where the storyline is going, or the TV show watcher? Be very curious to know. As always, like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.